Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing my full 2022 manga collection tour. I did one of these in the spring of this past year, I believe it was May, and it was my most viewed video ever. In that video I explained that I had somewhere over 300 volumes, and my collection has almost doubled since then. Not quite. I just want to give you guys some stats real quick. We are sitting at about 516 volumes as I speak. In fact, it's actually more, but there's some stuff that I'm not going to be showing off in this video because you guys will see that in this month's haul. So yeah, if you guys go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's start the new year off right. And yeah, we've got a lot to get into, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so starting us off up here, just like we did last year, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We have part 1, and the hardcover is complete, part 2, and all of part 3. I'm missing part 4, which I was kind of roasted for last year. I still haven't got part 4. But that is something I'm hoping to change this year. I hope to get all of part 4. And then part 5 right here, this is caught up. Part 5 is going to finish in August, so yeah, by then I hope to have the first 5 parts complete. So that is my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Over here, we have the first volume of Monster by Naoki Urasawa. I have not read this yet. This is the kind of series where I think you should just kind of read through it all and then give your thoughts. I've been having some trouble finding the second volume, so whenever I find that, I do plan to continue collecting this and then, of course, do a review on it. Next to that, I have Goodnight Punpun Volume 1 by Inio Asano. This is a series that I was looking forward to reading, just because everybody hypes it up, but honestly I just don't think that in my current state I'm prepared to read it, so I'm not going to collect any more of it as of now, but I just have it for when I do go ahead and read it. And then finally, on this top shelf here, we do have the Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid in color. I do not have the other manga for this series, but I just got this because I really do love the anime and thought that this was just a cool collector's item to have. Not really gonna read it, I don't think, but it's just like, just an item to have. This is more like a best of kind of thing, so it has, I guess, the highest rated chapters or the author's favorite chapters, something like that. And it is just in full color, so it's just a really cool item. I actually do want to show off this cover here. It is kind of tightly packed in. But yeah, there we go. Moving down here, we have my Demon Slayer. These are all the singles, not the box set. I did collect this as it was coming out, or at least I was current with it towards the end, but when I first started collecting manga here on YouTube, Demon Slayer was one of the first series that I did pick up and then review. So yeah, I have all of Demon Slayer complete. Then right next to Demon Slayer, I have Jujutsu Kaisen. I am not really caught up with this. I believe I read the first 15, I have 16 and 17, and I have not gotten 18 yet, just because really it's not a priority for me right now. I, for one, am not really on that JJK hype train. I enjoyed it for what it was, but really it's not my favorite. I'm still gonna get it and collect it until it finishes, but it's just not my favorite right now, so I have it over here. And if I didn't explain before, this shelf right here is mainly of stuff that I'm not really collecting at the moment, or it's complete, or whatever it may be, so that I don't have to move stuff around as much. That's kind of what this shelf is reserved for. moving on from JJK, we do, well, Naruto is right here. We do have these 3 Shaman King singles that I did find in I showed off in my most recent haul. These are ex-library copies, but I just have them because I think that they're really cool. They're out of print, you know. Just a cool collector's item to have. I don't really have any plans to have a complete set or anything. Or sell them, so I just have them to have them, and I just think that it's one of the coolest pieces in my collection because of that. So yeah, 3 Shaman King singles there. And then right here is my Pokemon Adventures manga, which was actually my first ever manga that I got when I was younger, which is why they're really yellowed, because I didn't know how to take care of manga back then. So that is volumes 1 and 2, and that carries on down here where I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is like the first red and blue box set or whatever. Actually a really underrated manga in my opinion. I quite enjoyed it. It's dark, for Pokemon at least, and it's just fun and ridiculous, and a really cool spin on like the events of the games. Next to that, we do have the Bleach 20th Anniversary Volume 1. Haven't read Bleach yet, though I do have all of the box sets. That is a series that I do plan to read. I don't know if I'll get around to it this year, maybe. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I just have the one-off 20th Anniversary volume. Next to my Bleach starts my One Piece collection. And so the reason why I have it on this shelf, you know, I am actively collecting it and it's still ongoing, but it's just a lot to move around at once, so that's why I have it over here towards the bottom. So then when I get a new One Piece volume, I can just throw it in at the bottom. So yeah, we have One Piece that is caught up through the box sets, so volumes 1 all the way through Baroque Works, Skypiea Water 7. This is actually about where I'm at in the manga right now, so gonna be reading Thriller Bark here soon, all the way through here, post time skip, and then we bring it down here. This is all the way caught up through Wano, and yeah, my big goal is to get caught up with One Piece this year, at least finish Whole Cake Island, if Wano isn't done printing in English. But if Wano finishes printing in English, then I do plan to read that as well, but at least through Whole Cake Island. And then the last thing on this shelf here, as you can see, there's a lot of empty space, is Ajin Volume 1. Don't know much about this. I just kind of picked it up on a whim one time and figured that could be maybe a future 3-volume rule video or like an initial impressions video. Yeah, definitely not a priority. I just have it. I'll get to that at some point. And so moving even more down to the final shelf is one of the biggest parts of my collection, and that is my box sets. I do not have everything on the shelves just because it takes up a lot of room that I don't have. So I figured I'll show this off here. I have most of the Attack on Titan box sets. I am missing, you know, the last one that just came out. Again, Attack on Titan, not really a priority for me, not even reading it at the moment, so I will end up picking up the last box set whenever I catch it on a really good deal or I'm in the midst of reading the series, but as of now, that's just not something I'm doing. Right next to it, we have Naruto box set 2, Bleach box set 2, Bleach box set 1, and then in the back here, behind this, I have Bleach box set 3, Naruto 1, and Naruto 3. So that is all of my Naruto and all of my Bleach, as well as, you know, most of Attack on Titan. So yeah, that's Naruto and Bleach complete, and Attack on Titan almost. Moving on to the next shelf here, and you might see some sneak peeks for next month's haul, which I'll probably point out. Anyways, let's just get started. Firstly, we have Berserk Deluxe Editions 1 through 5. Berserk is a big goal of mine to read this year, so I plan to at least read this amount and get through the Golden Age arc, which I'll be reviewing everything here on the channel. Yeah, I've previously only read the first deluxe edition, and yeah, I thought it was okay. I like Berserk from that. I dig it a lot. I like all of the ideas, the art, just everything behind it is really, really cool. But I do have to finish reading everything else that goes into like the Golden Age stuff, which I've seen bits and pieces. I know bits and pieces, but I just need to experience it for myself. But I can confirm that I do really like everything in here. Next to that, we do have some Tsutomu Nihei stuff, who is one of my favorite authors right now. I really dig what he does. It's weird sci-fi, dystopian, cyberpunk kind of stuff. So we do have Blame #1 here. I did get this in my last haul for Christmas. My brother got me that. This is a series that I also do want to read this year. There's 6 of these. They are a bit pricey, but that is something I really want to get to. And then next to that is Abara, which is another one of my reviews that performed very well on the channel. I did enjoy that. It's really cool. Also, one of my favorite manga covers just ever. That is so dope. I think I did choose that as my favorite manga cover in my manga cover video. Yeah, there's no doubt that that's just amazing. Next to that, we have Vagabond, which is 1 and 2. Again, not complete. I actually started picking this up about a year ago now. I think I got this one in January. My grandmother got it for me or something, because, yeah. Anyway, have not read these yet. I feel like I need to have a little bit more of it. Or I'll read what I have first, which I'll do someday. I know Vagabond's great. That's good historical fiction, much like the series next to it. And samurai stuff, amazing art. You guys know Inoue is the GOAT, or maybe not the GOAT, but he's goated for sure. Anyway, yeah, Vagabond I'll get to at some point. And next to that, we have Vinland Saga by Makoto Yukimura. You guys know I love Vinland Saga. It is my favorite series of all time. I could go on for years talking about Vinland Saga, but I'm not gonna do that because we just have a lot to go through. Yeah, Vinland Saga, waiting on that new book to come out. It's supposed to come out this month. My store has not gotten any in yet, so I'm a little sad about that, but it's all good. Yeah, Vinland Saga, it's just amazing. I have books 1 through 9 up here, so that covers, I guess, these first 2 right here cover the beginning of the Eastern Exploration arc, and then we move down here to my second tier, I guess, and we finish out the Eastern Exploration arc, moving into the Vinland arc, which is the final arc of Vinland Saga. And so yeah, next to Vinland Saga, we do have Fist of the North Star. I have read and reviewed the first one of these, but I haven't read the rest of them, which is kind of why I stopped picking it up for a while. I am a few hardcovers behind, but I do plan to reread what I have read and then continue reading all of this and do a review on it before I pick up more of it. But yeah, what I have read was really cool. Fist of the North Star inspired stuff like Berserk and JoJo and a lot of elements. So yeah, really influential series. It's really cool. Just sort of a monster of the week kind of action shonen series. Yeah, I dig it a lot. Next to that is Full Metal Alchemist. Again, not complete. They did finish, wrapping up these Full Metal editions not too long ago. I will be getting on more of this somewhat soon, I guess. Not too much of a priority for me, but at the moment at least. Yeah, I love Full Metal Alchemist. It's my favorite anime of all time. Or at least Brotherhood is. I think it's honestly the perfect anime. Yeah, it's great. And check out these Full Metal editions. They are just fantastic. So, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. Next to that is a little bit of an obscure, weird release by, I believe it was Vertical. So, Kodansha. It's Noise by Tsutomu Nihei. This is actually the prequel to Blame. Yeah, I have not much an opinion on this yet, but I will read it when I start reading Blame. It just looked really dope. I was scrolling through Tsutomu Nihei's works and saw that this actually was gonna come out soon, in November. This is just like a reprint in hardcover edition, and I thought it would be dope to pick it up, so I did. And yeah, it's a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be, but you know what? It's alright. Size doesn't matter, so. But yeah, just take a look at that art. That's one thing I love about his works, is the art is just insane. So yeah, I will be covering that at some point soon. Alright, so I took a little bit of a break there to go eat breakfast or lunch, brunch, whatever. Anyway, besides the point, the next series we do have up here is No Guns Life, volumes 1 through 3. Now this is a series that I really want to get into. This is going to be a soon-to-be 3-volume rule episode. It is a shorter series, I think only 13 volumes, but it's still so out there that I still want to cover on 3-volume rule, because I'm still unsure about it and haven't really heard anybody talk about it. So yeah, be expecting that video in like either this month or next month, I'm not sure, but that is coming soon. Next up we have Dorohedoro, volumes 1 through 3. Now, Dorohedoro Volume 3 is a little bit of a sneak peek into this month's haul. I did manage to find it on a restock, thankfully and finally. So this is also an upcoming 3-volume rule episode, sitting at around 23 volumes. This is a series, again, I'm still unsure about and don't know if I want to fully commit to it, but I'm confident in the fact that I will like it, so we'll just have to see. Crazy Food Truck 1 and 2. This is caught up, 3-volume series. The final one comes out in April, maybe? I can't remember. But yeah, it's an interesting, just fun food apocalyptic series, I guess. It's just goofy and fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And, you know, it's 3 volumes. I would like it to be a little bit longer, but go on for too long and it just overstays its welcome. So, you know, that sitting at 3 volumes isn't terrible. Now we're moving into one of my favorite parts of my collection. I think really my favorite parts of my collection are the JoJo and then One Piece, and then up here with all like the Seinen series. But this is another favorite of mine. Starting with Hell's Paradise. Originally this was going to be a 3-volume rule series, but honestly I've heard enough about it, and you know, it's only 13 volumes, and I'm confident in the fact that I'm gonna really like this. Also, the anime is coming out soon, so I just said screw it. I'm gonna skip the 3-volume rule on this series and then just continue to pick it up. Again, volume 5 is another volume that's a sneak peek into this month's haul. I got that, and also volume 4 which is on the way. So yeah, I'm gonna collect all of Hell's Paradise and then binge it, and then, you know, again, 13 volumes, and then I'll do a full review on that. Right next to it, we do have Tatsuki Fujimoto's Fire Punch, which I kind of have a theme going here, because Yuji Kaku, the author of Hell's Paradise, was Tatsuki Fujimoto's assistant who helped work on Fire Punch, so that's kind of why I have those two next to each other. So yeah, Fire Punch, I already did a review on it. This is 8 volumes complete and just looks really nice on the shelf. Insane series, just does not hold much back at all. I think the only thing I'd say it really holds back on is nudity. I mean, it shows nudity, but it doesn't like show it, you know. I'd say that's like the only thing it holds back on. Everything else is just ridiculous. It's got extreme violence, language, just out of pocket, like, talks, I guess. Everything about it is just ridiculous. It's a fun series. It was a good read. Just interesting, to say the least. Right next to that, of course, we have Fujimoto's other work, his probably most well-known work, and that is Chainsaw Man. You guys know I love Chainsaw Man. I say it like in every video. Probably my second favorite series of all time, right below Vinland Saga, quite literally. Yeah, part 1 here, that's volumes 1 through 6, and then moving down, we have 7 through 11, which is part 1 complete. I'm not going to talk much about it because I've talked about it so many times in the past. You can go and watch any of those videos if you want to hear my thoughts about it. And next to Chainsaw Man, we do have Dandadan, which I'm stoked for Volume 2 to come out this month. Again, that's another volume that my store doesn't have yet, that it should. But we haven't got the shipment in, so haven't been able to pick it up. But I love Dandadan. This, if it keeps going how it has gone in Volume 1, it's going to be like a top 5 series for me personally. Yeah, I'm loving it. Then next up, Kaiju number 8, one of my other favorite ongoing series right now. It's just so fun. Kaiju action battles, and it's great. Also, Volume 5 comes out this month, so you will be seeing that in the haul as well at the end of the month. Yeah, there's not much to say about Kaiju other than that it's just fun shonen action with, honestly, a pretty unique spin, being that the main character is an actual grown adult and not just a teenager, so it's definitely, yeah, a bit unique in that aspect. Moving on, we have everyone's favorite, that's obviously sarcasm, My Hero Academia. This is all the way caught up. Really do enjoy this. I mean, it's My Hero, it's shonen fun stuff, and where it's at right now, it's getting freaking crazy. I still have not read volume 32 because I'm gonna wait for this arc to print some more so that I don't forget everything. But yeah, this past arc was just dope, so I am enjoying that quite a bit. And then next to that, we do have Hunter's Guild Red Hood, which I do have an initial impressions review coming out this month for that. And then what's funny is that I said, when I think I hauled this, or sometime, I can't remember, but the characters look very similar to the art style of My Hero Academia, and believe it or not, it turns out that the author was Horikoshi's assistant, so there you go, that's why that is. And, you know, I saw it immediately, I was like, that looks like My Hero Academia. Well, it does look like My Hero Academia. Yeah, canceled series, you guys know the drill about Red Hood. It was really a unique series, but just did not perform, I guess, too well in the East. So, yeah, it got canceled, even though it was, to my knowledge, a lot of people really did like it here in the West. So yeah, a bit sad, but I'm definitely going to collect all of it and do some reviews for it. Next up is Black Clover. There's just volume 1 there that I fit in, but moving down here we do have the rest of Black Clover, and this is also caught up through volume 31. Black Clover, another favorite of mine. Great ongoing shonen. It's getting to be pretty long now. It's at over 30 volumes. Same with My Hero Academia. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens when we get around to the 40 volume mark with both series. That's just going to be wild. But yeah, Black Clover, I haven't read it in a minute. I read volume 29, but I forget everything that happened in it. And then I have not read these two. But I think, again, I'm going to wait for it to print a little bit more so that I, don't forget about more story. But where it's at right now, again, both My Hero and Black Clover are in some crazy spots right now. Black Clover having the Dark Triad and all that stuff with all the demons and everything going on. It's a series that I really want to hop back into, but I'm just going to wait a little bit before I do. But it might be worth rereading this past arc so that, a refresher for me, since it's been a while. I'll say that. So, yeah, that is Black Clover caught up. Moving on, we're actually nearing the end here. We have Blue Exorcist. I've talked about this plenty of times before. One of the first manga that I ever collected. That's why my first few volumes are a bit more yellow than I'd like to admit, but it's not too bad. And even if they were, I mean, it just goes to show, that this was one of the first series I ever collected. Anyway, Blue Exorcist is really cool. I enjoy it a lot. It's still ongoing, and I think it was on hiatus for a while. A lot of these volumes were really hard to find for a while, but it's starting to restock, which is, always love to see that. It's reprinting. So for the longest time, I only had like the first 7 volumes, and then last year I got volume 9, and that was all I had for a long time. But this past holiday, everything was restocking, so I managed to find volume 8, which had eluded me for the longest time, and then was able to continue. And then this again is also another sneak peek into this month's haul with volumes 12 and 13. So yeah, also, I mean, as you can tell, I'm actively collecting this again, so you can, guess that there's going to be more Blue Exorcist soon and to come in future hauls, or maybe even more of it in the same haul, so we'll just have to see what happens there. Next up is Our Haru Ride, which again is a series that was a 3-volume rule series that I actually already covered. Yeah, it's pretty good. Romance series, shoujo beat, my first shoujo series. The boys got me to read this, and honestly, I enjoy it. I really want to continue it. Probably gonna have to reread these volumes too, just for a refresher whenever I do continue it. But when I do continue it, I'm probably just gonna buy the rest of the series and then binge it, and then give you guys a full review on it. But yeah, Our Haru Ride, it's pretty good. I enjoy it. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. And then, moving down to the final part of my collection, we do have Colorless of volumes 1 and 2. I just recently talked about this. Really cool looking manga. Volume 3 just came out, so I'm going to be getting that soon as well. Yeah, 3-volume rule series probably, but it probably won't be, because I kind of already know that I'm going to read all of this. It's just too cool. Yeah, it's not even worth doing a 3-volume rule on, because I know that I'm going to buy the rest of the series and read it as it comes out. And then last but not least is Die Dark. I can't really get to volume 1, I'll just pull out volume 3. This is a series done by the creator of Dorohedoro, Q Hayashida, and this is actually going to be the next video for the 3-volume rule that I do. I believe there's only 4 volumes out right now, but I figured, 3 volumes, I'll just go ahead and do it. Yeah, I haven't read Dorohedoro, so I don't really know what to expect with this series, or because I haven't read any of this chick's works. But yeah, it just looks fun, cool, it's dark, so, well, pun not really intended, but yeah, probably gonna like it and probably gonna collect the rest of it. If you guys will notice, these are the only series that I have by 7 Seas, and I gotta say that they are a goated publisher, because although these volumes are more expensive, sitting at about, I believe, $15. Let's see here. Yeah, I believe Colorless with 15, but yeah, the quality is immaculate with these volumes, and they print some pretty cool series. So guys, that is going to about do it for today's video. That is my full manga collection tour, everything that I picked up in 2022 and some little sneak peeks thrown in there. Before I do end the video, I do want to say that I did some math, and we're sitting at around 48% of my collection that is actually read, so about half of it. I've read, I think, 248 volumes of my collection out of 516, so you guys can do the math yourself. Yeah, which is honestly pretty good. Usually that's a lot of people's, if not, the percentage is less. Nobody usually reads all of their collection when you have this much and you're as into addictively collecting as I am. But yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there, that I do read quite a bit of my collection. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and again, if you guys did go on to enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, stay tuned for some more content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.